Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clean and Green Lawnmower Deck Debris Removal presentation. I am one of your hosts, Patrick Brown, and Mr. Gregory Sarris. A buildup of debris beneath the cutting deck of rotary mowers is a consequence of mowing turf with moisture. Proper cleaning of the mowing deck, while necessary, causes injuries each year due to unstable lifting and securing of the mower in order to perform the maintenance procedure. For example, on May 20th, 2020, Roy Lee Robinson in Southeast Alabama, age 82, was killed when his mower collapsed and fell on him while he was performing this cleaning. Using that procedure, the first thing you do is jack up the mower. Not too safe from this illustration. I think you get the idea from this angle. Here are a few questions that we use in a survey. Operators concerned about mower collapsing, operators concerned about hand injuries, operators who experienced close calls, operators who were unconcerned with the procedure, non-commercial mower, commercial mower.
So here is our survey results out of 20 people. Okay, and this breaks it down into commercial, non-commercial operators, those that experience close calls, and those that were concerned about collapse, and those that were concerned about hand injuries. Okay, so once again, product must be safe to use, must be easy to use, must be durable, and we specify what some of that is, and must perform well. Okay, must clear at least 90% of the debris from the deck using the area formula. So what we have here is some other alternatives that are available, or some chemical sprays. These are friction reducing sprays that you can put under the bottom of the deck while it's clean. This is another design, which is a water sprayer that uses residential house pressure water to clean up underneath the deck. Doesn't work very well. And this is the old-fashioned scraper. So we did look at these different alternatives. Here's just two of them shown here, where we went through the pros and cons of the different alternative products that are available.
Here's one of the design considerations or alternatives we had. It's called the ramp-up washer, where the user would drive up onto the ramp. It has slope edges with a riding mower, and with the way it was designed, way it is designed, it would immediately, so to speak, hug the base where the deck is. And if you notice, you have the different holes on the top. These are where the water shoots out of the jets, and you have different sizes for different water pressures. Here's another design, our design 2. This is our SDD washer, and it too is a drive up or ramp up cleaner. It also has the different positions for the water jets to accommodate the different sizes. And it also has a unique shape to accommodate the 72-inch mowers.
So this is called the straight shooter. This was our third design. This unit used water to clean off the deck. It's adjustable with wing nuts. It has a pipe that has holes drilled in it that would basically go back and forth like a lawn irrigator and spray water up underneath of the unit this way, powered by a 12-volt DC motor.
Now we're at our decision matrix. With our decision matrix, we had 4 different models and specifications, everything from safe use all the way to storage. Our surveyors selected overwhelmingly the high pressure spinner. The second most popular was the ramp up washer. One of the other things we noticed.
So we went with the high pressure sprayer design. It has 3 rotating spray nozzles. That was part of our design that are adjustable. So this whole design can be accommodated for different types of mowers, different size mowers, by using all thread and large wing nuts. Also, there's a slot cut in the frame so that you can move these left or right, and with the wing nuts up or down. So part of our design for the spray unit was to have an input nozzle that has 2 rectangular holes cut in it for the high pressure water to come out, which fits inside of what we call the output nozzle. So the water would be directed through here and up, and also cause a spinning action. Okay, so that the jet of water not only is a fan, but it's a spinning fan. All of that fits inside of what we call the nozzle carrier. Okay, so those 2 brass pieces would fit inside of here. So the spray tip would be up here. This flanged piece gets bolted to this shelled out piece of stainless steel here. And all of that is mounted right here in the center of these 3 pieces of all thread on the overall design of the unit.
The frame or the prototype of the frame that we went with was is 69.88 inches, and it has sprayers which covers a good distance underneath the deck, as well as being able to accommodate the 72-inch model. In the same prototype, if you notice, we have 3 different sprayers that have different volumes, as well as the width of the way that the sprayers come out of the nozzle heads. If you notice, we also have each one of the nozzles or those fittings are adjustable. We can move them east to west, and we can move them north, south, as well as the rollers underneath.
Okay, and this is an image of this whole unit with the pump and motor combination brass fittings. And you can see some of the adjustment wing nuts and the rollers that we designed. These triangles here are an attempt to mimic what the water fan spray pattern would look like. So we use brass fittings on a stainless steel frame. Originally it was ABS, but we had to modify that because it failed miserably on the stress test. Even with stainless, it didn't do really well. So the geometry would have to be changed on this unit if we were going to go further with this.
Bill of materials. This is over our outlay of the cost. The total being $1,537.18, with one of the most outstanding costing products being the HP pump, high pressure pump. The prototype tester, this was our second build of that prototype, and during our stress test, we had a collapse, and we had to do some outfitting with some of the metal, and change our scheme with the different parts that we were using so it could accommodate the pressure and the weight.
So some of our areas of concern would be if we were going to go forward with this thing, the spray tip would take a lot of work to make sure that we have that size right. Size versus pressure is a big thing. We contacted a few companies that make pressure washers, and they provided us with a lot of help with regard to the size versus the pressure. The spinning mechanism that we designed, we had no way of really testing that, so that would have to be worked out physically. We have no idea really what the RPM would be if in fact it would spin at all. The frame size would have to be increased. The geometry would have to be changed to accommodate the adjustment mechanism that we have. And the motor and pump would certainly have to be physically tested and adjusted in order to get that all to work right. And we were thinking that it could be that a higher volume and a lower pressure design may be more cost effective, because $1,500 is an awful lot of money for a unit like this. So this is just showing the type of grass that we cut through, where it really builds up a lot of material underneath of the deck. A few hours of this type of mowing will cause a buildup. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.